Welcome back, everybody, to Chapter 0 and Chapter 6, as it were. This looks familiar, doesn't it? Oh, this is not Danganronpa 1, this is in fact Danganronpa 2. We have to investigate the school for clues. Figure out the truth, whatever that may be. Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? Probably. I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. That's right, let's talk to Sonya. Yes. If an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
You should be concerned. Things are bad. Let's go in here. Nope. Let's go to the biolab. Nope. I remember this game. Let's go to the... Oh! Let's go to the archery range. It's dojo, but it's totally an archery range. Oh! What's that? Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make any sense. What is that? Is that a movie? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this?
Hey,
The third best way to learn about history. What's the first, you ask? Depends on the person. Alright. So, just as I thought Monokuma made this, totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. Let's see here. It's a clue, that's for sure. Let's see what we got here. Pick up the manga off the floor and start flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope Peak Academy history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope Peak Academy. Hope Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with the research of talent, so they decide to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most schools. Nevertheless, Hope Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope Peak Academy, earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. Sure as hell ain't me. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right. It was the tragedy of Hope Peak Academy. Hope Peak Academy was crippled by this incident, and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything of note. The end. Oh. Don't think they made a volume 2, did they? Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that suddenly canceled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope Peak Academy? These names are so melodramatic, there's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no. It'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department, that department was only built to collect money. Makes sense. The numbers were dwindling, they needed funds. I was one of those reserve course students, right?
But hold on.
Oh, you're here again.
Shing!
What?
Hey! Hey!
Cause I forgot everything about myself, sans my name, and even then, I'm not sure anymore. Huh. Huh, that is interesting. That is weird. Maybe we have a talent. What do you want me to say?
By the way...
I wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve course students. Why would they want to hide that, I wonder?
I got it!
Well, that's a possibility. Yeah, not that you know anything. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on!
Well, whatever. Damn it, what the heck, man? Oh no. Oh no. No! There's another trial! I've got to change on my thumbnails. Damn it! God damn it. Prepare for the last trial. Oh, where to go now? Let's go to the greenhouse. That was up here, right? We gotta hit everything, aren't we? Hey, what's up, man? What do you know? Yeah, let's talk to you. Why not? You weren't here before,
What's
were you?
going on?
Yeah. I can't go places I should be able to go. It's like a rule is being enforced for some reason. An invisible wall. Yeah, it's great. Alright. No? Where do we go? Oh. Another clue? Possibly. Aha! What is that? It's a book. Another manga. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope Speaker Cat. Huh? I already read that one. Wasn't that mentioned in the other manga too? That's why Hope Speaker Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more? Well, if we don't not read the manga, will we learn a little more? Alright, what do we got here? Okay, let's see what we can find out. Story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. Well, it's no Conan, but alright. What's written here? Maybe it's a Clamp novel. As the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope Speak Academy, Curtis Hope Speak Academy, obviously. The key player was a student named Izuru Kamakura. Izuru Kamakura. That name does not ring a bell. A genius known as the symbol of hope. Hope Speak Academy used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. A fusion of all of the Hope Speak Academy ultimates in one single person, and that person was me. Or something, right? That's what happened, right? Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. Oh my god, really? They really did that? Oh my god. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the Symbol of Hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students from Hope Speak Academy Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. Did we kill a bunch of people? Holy shit. However, the incident did not end there. Oh no. It's just starting, actually. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior sound and conceal the incident as though it never happened, but how do you kill 13 people? You don't just cover that up cleanly. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of Reserve Corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated. And the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. That incident would be known as the, I mean, you get it, right? We're excited, Danganronpa /0. Oh, so they actually do reference Danganronpa in Danganronpa. It's gone meta. Hey, am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. Nah. I bet we were the student who was trying to uncover all this crap. And we did the uprising, right? Right? Yeah. Damn it, he always had to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off, man. But Ultimate Hope? Nagito mentioned that before, too. But it looks like it means something completely different here. Well, Nagito said it was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I'd have to be in the reserve department. Jesus, hogging all the talents for yourself. The 1%ers of talent. That's right, the reserve department. Here. It said that the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I'd have no reason to do something like that. That I know of. Okay. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is far worse, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Izuru? A certain student who secretly uses the incident to their advantage? Who's that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. Alright, let's get out of here. Where do we go next? I'm thinking the biolab. What do you think? I'm thinking biolab. Aha! Ha ha! Going to the biolab. I swear I'm like a prophet, man. What the hell is with this room? It's freaking cold in here, man. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. Hurry up, investigate so I can get out of here already. What the hell is that? Another manga. Time the titles. Okay. Manga for morons. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I knew it. The next one will obviously be about this incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, huh? Just what was that incident really all about? And it might turn out to be something lame, or something really awesome. Alright, I flipped through the pages and hoped I was right. Alright. A story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history? Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? You guys ever, like read that old book, like, Scary Stories in the Dark or something? Or Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? It had, like, really disturbing, like, drawn images. Like, it was creepy, creepy stuff, man. I think they remade it, but the drawings weren't as scary. So if you pick up like an original printing, it's like really good. Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. Trigger, get it? Danganronpa, get it? Doesn't that mean like trigger? Something with trigger? At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the event of tragedy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. Like, it's a complete mess, man. Like, holy crap. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. It's like a cycle. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear. As if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, where senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what it had become, it was already too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coups d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. War fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario, you ask? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, World Ender, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. You know, like you open up your computer and like the wallpaper says despair, or something like that. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair, and with this they created the tragedy, the most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. This game will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I felt freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up, right? I mean, okay, let's say if this is true. If this is really true, then what the hell's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent? Aw, poor Rashim. The nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant? What happened to them?
No way!
It's very emotional, I'm sorry. Who would enjoy reading something like this?
What? Whew.
And I failed to see how those are related, but enough. What is this messed up manga? Whoa. This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you saying? Hello.
That was creepy. Hello. I don't want to read this crap. I bet you do. I see. So that's how it is. That's what he meant by what he said at the beginning. He's trying to make us feel despair toward the outside world, so we'll want to stay on the island, but there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps... No, that's definitely it. Yeah. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Probably. Plus, that organization isn't just one person, it's a group of people. But if they're known as the ultimate despair, they're high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called Ultimates. Then, are the killings were involved and connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm gonna freeze to death. I gotta get out of here. I'm at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. Whew, that was close. I know I froze to death. Oh my god. So, where should I go next? I should go to the next video, because I will see you next week on more Danganronpa. We're gonna finish up doing these clues, and another trial awaits us. So prepared for the ultimate despair, which we will destroy with the ultimate hope. See you then.